Greetings audience, I'm Boomstick, and today we'll be talking about the very first SprUng ThUnder using a aluminum U-channel, or as it's been dubbed, the SprUng ThUnder. The SprUng ThUnder features one long aluminum rail on the top with a bunch of 440 screws. I have minimal screws actually in, but it still works fine as it is. Did some countersinking to make it easier. It also features, I'm not sure what you can see that, one aluminum rail under the bottom. It goes through these three pieces here for extra support for the spring. Since the handle usually has a threaded rod through it, I went ahead and printed some cylinders, basically some long cylinders to go through there to keep that in place. So that's just held in with a peg on this side and a peg on that side. Other than that, it is a normal SprUng ThUnder. I like to put the stock on it to help hide the U channels. That hides the U rail on the bottom rail pretty well, but we still had this top rail to worry about. So I set out to make a shroud, a custom shroud. I took some design cues from Captain Slug, as you can see, and created a shroud for the top. This is the first one I designed, so it's not exactly the right size that I wanted, but this is the U-rail option with no holes. Then I went through and decided to make the U-rail in pieces. Now this option has aesthetic holes in it to allow some of the SprUng ThUnder to shine through, just for added flair. They all have little pegs and holes, so that way you can slot them together. If I can put it in the right order. And these all slot together. I would recommend gluing them, but you don't have to. The only one that you really might want to is these two, because this piece right here on the very back goes a little bit past the stock, so it doesn't have the space to drill into it. So the screw actually goes through these pieces. I have the one on Thingiverse is actually slightly modified because I had to change which screws I was using. These are number 8 screws. It's number 8 by 30. It's number 8 by 2/3 of an inch screw that'll go through here and will drill into the non-countersunk holes on the U channel, giving a nice solid connection. I also went ahead and designed a shell holder variant. I'm also hoping to do some more accessories that'll just screw in. As you can see, these are two separate pieces that screw onto the panel itself. Alright, with all the shroud pieces on, it completely covers the U rail. I gave a little bit of extra length in the front for if you want to add a muzzle attachment like this one, or the sniper kit, just so it also covers that extra bit of U-rail at the very front. Gives you a nice sturdy shroud all the way over the top. I did end up using the same rail that Captain Slug uses. Right now it's just part of the shroud itself. I've been considering making a separate piece, but for right now it's still the same piece as the shroud. This whole project was literally just to remove the need for the threaded rods that go through the bottom and the top. I've had issues in the past dealing with maintenance and trying to deal with that, so I started this project. It works well and it's very sturdy, thankfully. I was hoping to get away with just one top row, but due to the spring in the back part, Alright, I had to ended up putting a lower URL down there. I am planning on offering pre-cut and pre-drilled U channels for the SprUng ThUnder. However, you will still need to purchase a hardware kit from GDOP in order to get the rest of the hardware to build a SprUng ThUnder. All the files necessary for this project can be found on my Thingiverse. I'll have it linked down in the description. I'm really happy with how this project turned out. If you have other things that you'd like to see in the future, let me know. And until next time, I'm Boomstick, and I'm out.